And yeah, we're just gonna like dive right into it. Amy, Tim, Jason, go ahead and unmute them.
Yep, I'm on it.
I want to hear from Amy and Tim. Let's freaking go. That's right.
I
Okay,
was
so
pressing buttons in my hype.
I gave Amy and Tim homework. Okay, what did you guys think of the book I gave you to listen to so far?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to preface this with I have never listened to a full audiobook in my life or read a full book in my life. My local girls know I have boxes and boxes and boxes. Lisa's taken some from my house of books that I've never read.
You always start them.
I have good intentions. I have the best intentions. I'm going to read this book. It's going to be so good. And then I fall asleep when I'm reading it because I'd get tired and then I don't read it, or I fall asleep during the audiobooks. I just have never finished one in my life. I'm going to tell you right now. I thank Brooke for this homework because she said you need to listen to this audiobook. It is freaking stellar. And we're already on chapter 5 right now. We're not all the way through it yet, but I am addicted. I love the way first of all, he sounds like Jason. I'm like, I feel like I'm listening to Jason right now. The accent and everything. He sounds the way he talks, his hype. I'm like, dude, this is Jason. Love it. Very motivational, but the way he talks, it's easily digestible. I can hear it. It's real, it's relatable, and it's easy to remember. I'm obsessed. I'm not even done it yet. And I said, Tim, I want to listen to it all over again. He's like, we're not even finished yet. Like, I just want to keep listening to this. This is so good.
And this is a true testament of getting out of your comfort zone, because as Amy just said, she never reads a book, but we say, you know what? If we really want to grow as leaders, if we really want to represent, we're going to have to do the things that we don't want to do. And this is another true testament to find the time to do these things. There's always time. You just have to make the time. You know what we did? We were en route today. We did a little a commercial. We had to drive 2 hours. We plugged it. We put it into the audio in the van, and we used time that we normally would just let go to waste. It was awesome.
We listened all the way up and we listened all the way back, and we listened last night when we were in the hotel. We were listening to it before bed in the hotel room. We were listening to it all the time. And it's also a testament to no, I'm serious, finding a running buddy that will help push you, because Tim and okay, if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. And I'm telling you, Brooke makes me get uncomfortable a lot. She is such a great, she's such a great motivator and such a great leader. I love Brooke and I love learning from her, and she makes me get uncomfortable, which means I'm growing, and I needed that in my life. Brooke, where have you been my whole life?
I'm here. Well, I'm excited that you are absorbing it. And this book that we're gonna like, this is a philosophy, and we're gonna give you the homework at the end. But listening to this book changed our lives because it's a mindset, it's a way of operation. And we already operated like that, but this really gave us permission to do it. It gave us permission to go all in. Okay. So some of you already know what it is. It's called Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Okay. Because if you are not selling, like someone is selling you, that's how it is. If you sell or be sold, if you're not selling, someone is selling you. Okay. So I want to start with a story, and this is why this is so important. Okay. This past year has been a big transition for me. Like, I was in a business that I loved so dearly for almost 8 years. And walking away from that business was by far the most difficult thing that I've ever had to do. But I could get into like, well, this was happening and that was happening and it doesn't matter. Like, honestly, none of it matters. It all came down to one reason and one reason only why I left that business. Does anyone know what it is? Drop it in the comments for me.
I do.
Maybe let someone else have a turn.
It is because I was no longer sold on that business, and I couldn't show up on social media and continue to sell, or to show up to my team and sell to my team, and like to get people on Zooms and to sell them on the business. And so once that belief was gone, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. And that's why having belief and being sold on what you're doing is so important, especially if authenticity is important to you. Drop an A in the comments if authenticity is important to you. It's very important to me. But like, when it came down to it, that was the main thing.
Has to be.
It was like, okay, I'm just not sold anymore. And when I built that business, embodied this energy of selling or being sold. We lived it. We breathed it. We drove our team to the top of the company into over $135 million in sales because we lived and breathed this energy. And so our goal for this sales series is to build up your confidence, to make you feel so confident about what you have to offer that you are out there sharing it with the world. So I want to do a little bit of a litmus test here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sold, and be very honest, okay? This is a safe space. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sold are you on your pharmacy business right now? 1 being not at all or very little, and 10 being like, I am so sold. I know this is the path. I know this is the vehicle. I know this is what's going to change my life. This is what's going to change other people's lives. This is what's going to put money in my bank account. Okay, I was thinking about how 10 years ago, we could barely pay our mortgage. My husband had to call the bank and negotiate lower payments because we could not afford the $1,300 a month payment. And now I have conversations with friends regularly, working out our schedules so we can get together for a lunch or dinner, working around our international travel schedules or our business conferences. Like I have a totally different life now because of my belief in that bold belief in action. And when you believe in something, you can sell it to anyone. Okay, so I want to see where we're at on the litmus scale.
A lot of 10s.
Okay, we have a lot of 10s.
Yeah.
10s, 9s, 8s, 9, 7, 7. We've got a 6,
It's okay.
a
Be
5.
okay being honest.
Jenny's at a 15. All right, let's do it, Jenny. All right. So we have a little bit of a scale. I don't see anyone. Okay, we have a 5. Okay. I had to sell you to get on this call tonight. All right. Someone had to sell you to sign up and to click the link. So you have to remember that literally everything in life is sales. Okay. I talk about yesterday, I did a video and I talked about our dog. I didn't want a dog. Okay. I like dogs. I love dogs. Dogs are great. How many dog people do we have? Most people like dogs. I know that dogs are a lot of responsibility. So I didn't personally want a dog, but our daughter sold us on getting a dog. Chances are that there's an animal in your house right now that you didn't initially want, that someone in your family sold you on getting, or vice versa. You sold your spouse on getting the dog or the cat. Okay. Listen, I'm more of a cat person, just full disclosure. They're a little bit easier. Okay. A little more low maintenance. Okay, so we have a little bit of a variety. So I want to hear from, let's see, who do we have? I'm just going to call on someone that's on.
Yeah, you gotta turn your
let me
camera.
see someone. Where's
Call them.
Jackie's at a 5. Jackie, are you able to speak?
There's Jackie right there. Jackie, turn your camera on, guys. Danielle just turned hers on. Yeah, if you're not driving, turn your camera on.
Okay, if she's not able to speak, let me see raise your hand if you're like not at a 10 yet. If you're like not fully at a 10.
Elaine's.
I need someone that I can like actually speak to on camera though. Okay. Okay, so she just signed up. Okay, Nuvia just signed up. So that's probably why she's not like 100% sold.
Correct.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Welcome to the team.
Thank
It's good to
you.
see you. You want to
to see
put
you too.
speaker view so we can see her right there. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so what number would you say you're at right now, Nubia?
Well, I tried the products back in 2020 and I wasn't impressed back in 2020, but I only signed up for the discount at that time. I think right now I'm probably at a 5, I think, because I haven't tried the product since 2020 and I haven't received my first order just yet.
Okay, so she's like brand new.
Oh,
brand new.
yeah. You're just like hot off the press new.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So what made you, let me ask you this, because you're like, I tried it before, I didn't like it, but you signed back up again. So what made you like click the link?
You did.
Okay.
You sold me on it.
Ladies and
You sold me on it with
All's
one
done.
story, about the BB cream.
Okay. All right. You guys, do you see that? I took someone who had tried the products, did not like the products, and got her to not only order again to give it a second chance, but to click the link to sign back up to do it before a month end so I could hit my goal and to show up on tonight's Zoom call. And why would you say, like, okay, so all of those things I just named, why would you say that all of those things happened? How did I sell you?
I mean, you sold me because you were very convincing. I was I was I was in the previous company too with you, and I had the hardest time convincing people to purchase such an expensive product. That's a good product. And when I was just going through your stories and you were talking about, the BB cream and how it's, $8.25, and it just hit me like I could definitely sell that product to my client base.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Well, my next question, thank you for sharing that, would be what do you think it would take to take your belief from a 5 to a 10?
That I love the product. That I
Okay.
love the products this time. That I'm sold on the products this time.
Can I make a comment here?
Go ahead.
I think the biggest thing is that you mentioned the price point, $8 and something, right?
Mhm.
So, typically what is BB cream? How much does it cost typically for you? No,
Oh, you mean like if she's going to buy it at the store?
yeah, if you're gonna buy it at the store like Ulta.
Like $25-$35.
So it better perform, right? So if you try this and it performs 85 to 90% of what it does at the store for a fraction of the price, you'd be like instantly, would you go from a 5 to a 10 or would it be different?
I would go from a 5 to a 10, yes.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I think that's probably what you're going to experience, but that's just me. So yeah, I think it'd be like, oh my God, this is only $8. Oh my God. I think it's
Yeah.
probably an accurate representation of where you're going to be. But
And just from what I've heard, I didn't try the products back then. But from what I've heard, what other people have told me is that the products have improved drastically since they first like came to the States. So whatever you may have experienced 5 years ago is like we have a whole different company now, is what I've been told. I don't know if anyone else can speak to that.
I've heard that. From
But I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that.
You're
And
welcome.
it's really good to see you. And I'm really happy to welcome you to the team. So you guys give it up to Nubia for sharing.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Good to see you too.
I meant to mute her.
There you go. You moved yourself. There you go.
Is there anyone else that is not currently at a 10 that is willing to share? All right, let me see. A hand. I want to hear another reason. Okay, I'm calling on Danielle because she said she was at a 9.5.
She was looking away. So that's how you know. Whenever people
Because
look
I
away.
want to know what the
Whenever-
0.5
whenever
is.
someone-
I'm trying to do makeup and I'm multitasking, but
No worries. I
I
didn't put
said,
makeup on.
honestly, I said 9.5 and then I said, just kidding, probably a 15. But I'm very similar to her. I joined 2 years ago. There was a handful of products, honestly. Wasn't a huge selection. And it just wasn't the right season for me. I was starting another direct sales company at the same time. It just, sometimes it's just not the right season. And so I left. And then Heather, didn't even strong arm me or anything. She was just like, hey, check this out. I'm back here. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. And I said, they only have a couple things. And she's like, no, you have to see all this. And so I can tell you just, I'm a big one like her on trying the products. And then when my mind is blown, like I see the results, you guys, and I believe the results. But when you put them into your body, on your body, like for instance, I'm blown away. Like my mind is shredded on the whitening toothpaste right now. Like smoker, coffee drinker, smoked for years. Yeah, see, Amy's like smiling, big gleamies. Guess what, you guys? Like I've gone bankrupt with teeth whitener. You guys,
See, that's a good hook for your next piece of content, Danielle.
well, I literally am going to just like scream at people because they need to buy the toothpaste. if anything, I am sold on, like, I could be a millionaire on the dang toothpaste and nothing else. But I am so excited. I have 2 huge boxes coming, and I'm gonna copycat my uplines because you copy the right cats. If they're successful, you do the same thing.
100%.
And so I'll be on the floor like Amy, just digging through boxes, all excited. I'm not as polished as you, Brooke, but you know, I- you guys, I would say I'm probably a 10. And I think we have 30 in our downline now that are at least half of them, I think, really, really see the opportunity. I've been very successful in direct sales. I'm telling you, it's the real deal. So, yeah, I'm glad to be
Awesome.
here.
Well, I'm excited, and we're excited to meet you next week at Pharma Synergy
I
booth,
know, I'm so excited
Miami.
too.
Drop a flame in the comments if you're coming to the event. It's going to be huge. Drop a
Thank you.
flame in the
Yes.
comments. I know we're going. Michelle's going.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, we had Kara, or is it Kara or is it Kara?
Cara Dona, I believe. We're gonna call on you, Cara.
We'll let her tell us how she pronounces her name.
Let's see her camera. Or is she
Am I on?
Yes, hi.
What's up?
Hi. It's Kara.
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 Okay.
There you go. You never know, it's kind of a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a unique name. So I heard about pharmacy maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I was a customer. The person who told me about it never told me about the 50% discount, nothing. Oops, sorry.
That's not a very good friend. I'm just saying.
My dog came in. Sorry. I'm in our camper. So Heather and Jennifer, Heather, I don't know how to say your last name, but you went with her, I think, to the actual place a
Mhm.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then Jennifer told me about the discount with the shampoo, and I was like, okay, I'm joining. So I did.
Welcome.
Well, what is your number? Where are you at on how sold you are?
I love everything. For that, I'm a 10, but I'm like a 7 because I'm not a person I'm autistic, so I don't really know how to do any of like selling stuff like that. So yeah.
I'll tell you this. So there's not a lot of people, that are born with selling muscles, like we've all had to develop them. But along the way, you had to sell your husband or, partner to be in that camper. Along the way, somebody sold you on certain things in your life. As far as like a professional selling, doing it as a profession, it's a skill that you have to develop. It's a skill that you've got to work at. You've got to show up for it, and you have to study it. Some people don't like that word, but I mean, I love it personally. But I listen to books around it. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. You have to study it. And if it's your first time ever trying to do it, then it's awkward at times for people. There's so many different things along in the world of selling that come up whenever you go to present price or you're talking to people and you don't know where their objection is, or why are they telling me no, or why are they getting upset. And it's a skill. If I can encourage you to do anything, is stick with it. The biggest thing in sales is the intention and the heart of the individual. Everything else can be trained. You could train somebody how to talk to somebody. You could train somebody on scripts. But if somebody's got a bad heart and they just want to go out there and just, rip people off, you can't change that. But you strike me as an individual that probably has a really good heart. If I could encourage you to do anything, you need to show up more on this planet and, develop the skill of sales. It'll come to you if you
Show
just,
up on the planet.
well, yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's already here, so
What I'm saying, just show up more, because what happens is, people they get discouraged, and they get discouraged quickly. They were either promised something or they have the false expectation of what it really takes. My son's going through this right now when it comes to sales. Like he's trying to make a go at it. It's tough. He's getting rejection. People are ghosting him. All the things that everyone else, like, oh, I thought you were my friend. They don't buy from you because you're your friend. They said they would, they won't. All those things. We've all been there. By the way, drop a Y in the comments below if any of those have ever been you. Your friend was going to buy, your family was going to buy, they didn't buy, they ghosted you. They said, all this stuff that, whatever it may be. Here come the Ys. It's going to be a tsunami. I just want to encourage you, whatever you do, stick with it, show up, hop on the calls, read the book. Read the book. It'll change your life. Like it will definitely change your life. Hopefully that's helpful for you.
Thank you. These trainings are really helpful for me because I'm more visual than the other way other people
Sure.
learn. And yeah, I mean, I've had another business in the past, but then I switched to pharmacy. And just to let you know, before this, not a makeup person at all, but I love the makeup because I can wear it and not have issues. So that's another thing.
That's cool.
So yeah, thanks.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing. So all of those things, like someone said in the comments, are part of your story. Those are the things that make you unique. And that is definitely going to be one of the reasons you might not be fully sold is because of your own self-confidence. How many of you on a scale to 1 to 10, 10 being most confident, 1 being not, feel comfortable with sales? 1 being I'm not comfortable with sales at all, 10 being like I love sales, I want to crush sales, like I feel amazing at sales. Okay.
Can I comment on that real
Yeah.
quick while they're weighing in? Listen, I did this at a high level with real estate, and there's millions and millions and millions of dollars on the line. And there's times when I walk into a deal and I don't know everything. And there's times whenever I don't feel confident in the deal. I tried at my hardest to, be able to, not mask it, but to like have knowledge and things like that and have the expert. But there's times whenever I'm asked questions that I don't know the answers. And this is a $15 million house on the line. So I just want to encourage you. It happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. I promise you.
So there's not very many people are at a 10, and that's not surprising. Okay.
Yeah.
Most people are not sales professionals. I want to reiterate, like Jason said, that it is a skill that you learn, but truly it comes from confidence. So many of you right now are thinking that you need more information. You need to study more. You need to use the products more. You need to know more about the ingredients. You need to know more about the company. You need to know more about the compensation plan. I know that that is a lot of you right now because that's a lot of the people that I work with. And you drive me crazy. Okay. You drive me crazy because when I first started my very first business, I didn't have sales experience. Okay. Yes, I had worked retail, but retail sales is not the same as having your own business where you're taking the rejection personally because you're working on a sales commission, right? It's not the same thing. Like you got leads coming, you have people, traffic walking through the store. That's not the same thing as literally going out, getting leads and pulling money out of thin air. Okay. So you are only going to get confident in sales the more that you do it. Many of you have a negative mindset around sales because you believe that sales is somehow bad, it's taking advantage of people, it's slimy, it's sleazy. You attribute it to like a used car salesman. Drop the word car in the comments if you like feel that way, CAR, if you feel that way about sales. You have like some underlying like ickiness about sales.
Or maybe they were pressured into buying something when they knew it wasn't really a good fit. Like you didn't need that big, huge
A
refrigerator.
lot of people feel that way. Okay, there's a few things that are happening here. Um, number one, you probably had a negative experience with someone in sales where they pressured you, you didn't like how it made you feel. Not all salespeople are that way, right? Every industry is going to have bad people or people that need to develop their skills better. And then the second thing that can be happening in this scenario, and this is going to blow some of your minds, is that some of you are projecting your own money or financial situation onto other people. And so if you feel like $100 is a lot of money to spend right now because of your own financial situation, you're going to tiptoe around offering something to someone because you're going to feel like, oh gosh, I don't know if they can really spend the money on that. I don't know if like they could really afford that, or you're going to assume their situation. I never assume someone's situation. And in fact, if they're telling me they don't have the money, that's how I know that they need the business opportunity, because if they don't have the money, they're never going to have the money until they do something to change their financial situation. So you have to ask yourself, am I projecting my own financial situation onto other people? And I see it happen all of the time. Remember that one girl that we used to work with years ago, and then her story was, well, her story.
Can I tell it? Can I tell it?
Yes.
So I do coaching a lot, and I did it in our last business, and I'll probably wind up doing it for this one. And there was a woman I got on the phone. She was a hard worker. She was dedicated. You could tell, and she's she's a believer and all that stuff. Every other word though, whenever I was talking to her, she's like, I'm just that broke single mom. I'm just a broke
Struggling single mom.
single mom. And then finally, I just got annoyed with her saying it. I said, "Of course you are." And she was like, "What?" And I said, "Of course you are. That's what keeps coming out of your mouth." I said, "That is what you are."
That's what she believed about
That's
herself.
what she believed about herself. And I said, "That's what you're stepping into. And that's the story that you're living." And she was like, "Oh my God." It was
But she
amazing.
would project that onto other people. And so she would feel guilty trying to sell something because she was like being so tight with her own money.
Yep.
And let me tell you something, those same people that are telling you that they're broke or they don't have money, they're going to Target, they're dropping a couple $100.
You watch them on Instagram, and they're going like they just went to a water park, they're buying Starbucks. Like, come on, girl, I know this wasn't your last $100.
People are going to spend money on like what they find.
What they find, where they found the value at. Like maybe it could be a situation where you're not stacking value enough. It may be a situation where, and look, they don't have the money. They legitimately don't have the money, but you can go on their Instagram and be like, "Oh my God, look at this Target haul I just got in." You know what I mean? Come on.
TikTok shop, Amazon.
TikTok shop. Look what I got on TikTok, right?
It's not up to you to decide what someone spends their money on. And that's not us saying like, hey, you should pressure people. Like if someone says, hey, I don't have the money, they don't have the money. That's okay.
Can I take this to a next level?
I don't know. Can you?
I'm gonna take it to a next level. Get ready. Like she just blew your mind with this. Like, so what happens is like the behaviors that you have in your own life around your own buying and shopping experience is the exact same level of what you experience with other clients or customers. I'm gonna give you an example. If you say, "I got to think about it," guarantee you for a fact, if you're hearing that from other people, whenever you position product to them and you present price, and all of a sudden they're just like, let me think about it. I guarantee you for a fact, if you look back throughout your own shopping habits, there is some area of your life where you're like, "I got to think about it." Or if you're like, "I got to talk to somebody about it. I got to go home and make a decision about it. I've got to go talk to my spouse," whatever it may be, I guarantee you that you leverage that in some area of your life as well.
Yeah, what you're putting out is what you're getting back.
Yeah, it's amazing if you really stop and think about it.
Essentially what he's saying.
Yeah.
So our goal for tonight is to help raise your level of belief, because when you truly believe in what you have to offer, you are going to be showing up on social media every day. You are going to feel good about showing up and talking to people and sharing on your stories and doing live videos. And I will tell you, I've been doing a lot more consistent live videos recently, and I've been getting more leads in my inbox. I've been getting more people reaching out to me. I've been getting more signups. Okay. So the more visible you are, the more interest you're going to have. And so it really all comes down to the power of belief. For those of you that aren't showing up, you're hiding, you're like, I don't know, I don't feel like it. It's because you are not sold. It's because you are not sold. And I want to pause. I want to take a little commercial break here for a moment. And I want to share something with you that I sold you on. Amy and I sold you on this thing. Okay. So let me just go ahead and
when she
share
says
right here.
So when she says sold you, it's not a negative term, by the way. It's not a negative. So if you have a negative, your mind goes all of a sudden to the negative area. I'm telling you, that's not what this is about. So don't get in your head about that.
Okay. So we sold you on getting to 125 PV by the 7th, so you can take advantage of these team incentives that we're doing. Okay. So when it comes down to sales, you have to give people what they want, right? If you want what you want, which is to close the sale, you have to give people what they want, which is the desired result.
Yeah.
What Amy and I want, and other leaders in the business want, you want your volume to skyrocket week 1 of the month. You don't want to be waiting until the end of the month for the volume to increase. You want to hit it. You want to hit it hard, right? You want to come right out of the gate with volume, right? So we sold you on getting 125 PV by dangling a little incentive, which you guys love the incentives. Drop it in the comments if you're loving the incentives. And so I want to give a shout out to those of you who have already earned your makeup bag this month. Okay. And they're really nice makeup bags. I don't have one because I got rid of all the ones that I had last time, but they're really nice. Okay. So Tanya Ballinger, Mark Zuckerberg. Yes.
Mark
We got Mark,
Zuckerberg.
Marisol Ortiz. We got Callie Johnson. We got Donna Acitello. We got Carla Joe Armstrong. We got Patty Rockwell. We've got Cara Donna. We've got Renee Armstrong. Did I say her twice? No?
No.
Okay. Nycretia McCann. We've got Kathy Hostler. We've got Jennifer Zuckerberg. We got Jen Myers. We got Danielle Baker. We've got Jamie Jacobs. We got Trisha. We got Christina. We got Lori Fogarty. We've got Natalie Sirios. We got Angelica Stangen. We got Krista M. We got Nadine. We've got Diane. We've got Leona. We've got Cindy McMullen. We've got Ashley. You guys have some last names, let me tell you. Bazanson. You guys are making me work tonight.
I like that name.
Okay.
Sanson. That's a cool name.
Okay. So I want to say congratulations to everyone who has already earned your makeup bag and gotten your 125 PV. You have until the 7th of the month to take advantage of that incentive. But it really, you guys, it comes down to the power of belief. And if you are not sold on what you have to offer, you're not going to go out there and you're not going to share it confidently with other people. You're going to walk away from this call tonight, and I'm going to unmute Amy and Tim because I want you guys to share too. And you're going to make a decision about whether or not you're all in on this business, because if you are all in, you're going to start showing up differently. You're going to have a different level of confidence. Again, so many of you are waiting to know more information. Well, what if someone asks me a question that I don't know the answer to?
Great. Give me 15 minutes. I'll get back to you.
Hey, you know what? That's a great question. Let me find out.
There you go. Boom. Done.
But I'm telling you, when you show up with confidence, it's going to make all the difference in the world. Look at Nuvia. I mean, she was like the first person to speak tonight. And she's like, I tried the products. I didn't like them. And I was like, okay, well, why are you here? She's like, well, you sold me on it. And I'm like, okay. Like, because I showed up confidently and I'm sharing what I have to offer. I know how many of you truly believe that you have something great to offer with pharmacy.
I think that you calling on somebody, knowing that she wasn't sold, speaks to your confidence as well in the business and in your belief in the products.
Because I know what it takes to get you from a 5 to a 10. For some of you, it's working on your skill set, right? Like, you're going to need to work on your skill set. You're going to need to get more confident. I'm here to tell you that we have all the training that you need to be successful. Not only these live Zoom calls, but we have so many pre-recorded trainings. You can, if you're like, I don't feel good about social media, you're going to jump right into that training folder. You're going to hit up my social media bootcamp. You're going to dive in. If you're wanting to do live events, Amy is the queen of events, and she has some amazing trainings in that folder as well on live events. No matter what it is, if you're like, I don't really know how to talk to people, I don't know how to reach out to people, or they're ghosting me, we have a whole training series on what to say, how to say it, and I even created Chat GPT prompts for you to plug and play, so you can write in all the information about the people. It will use all of my guidelines, and then it will tell you, this is what you say to this person. Okay. So if you're like, I don't know, I don't really feel 100% confident in what I'm doing, it's okay, because you can lean on me. You can lean on Amy. You can lean on Jason. You can lean on Tim. You can lean on your sponsor who brought you into the business. You may not know everything. You may not feel 1,000% confident. You may not feel like you know all of the skills, but we do. And what I'm lacking, Amy has. And what Jason's lacking, Tim has, and vice versa.
I am lacking a lot.
We don't all come to the table bringing everything, right? Like, we all bring different things to the table, and you're never going to know everything. And if you wait to know everything, you're never going to get started.
Can I add something to that? So you can do, I want to encourage you to do all the trainings, but the best training you're going to get is just the reps, reps, talking to people, getting rejected, getting ghosted, navigating that, and then getting a sale. I promise you, when you get that sale, if you haven't gotten one yet, it's going to feel so amazing. It's like you just pulled money out of thin air. Poof, you just pulled it out of thin air. I mean, it's by far the most incredible feeling in life. One of the top 5 in life. Has to be one of the most top. So just keep at it, stay with it. But think about it like this. Like, all of you, listen very close to what I'm telling you. Like, you can go to a job and you can trade your time for money. The only way to ever be free on this planet is to outstrip the linear path of money. That meaning, I show up for a year, here's another $1. I show up again, here's another $1. I show up for 30 more years, here's $30 more a year, right? It's like you have to beat that game, right? And sales is the only way to do it. You build an audience, you provide a great product or service to your audience, and poof, all of a sudden you're making money once you have the skills. The magic here is you have to have the network, you have the mindset, but you got to have the skill set as well. lifestyle. You have to have all three of those things: network, mindset, skill set, and that's how you make more money now than you've ever made in your life. So just want to throw that out there. But again, it's like you're pulling money out of thin air. It's there, just like water. There's water in the air.
It truly is.
There's money in the air.
And you know, you hear Amy and I when we share our story, we share our story of our past success. We haven't made millions of dollars in pharmacy yet, but we believe that it's possible because number one, we've done it before previously, right? Like we're not even here 365 days yet. Okay. And also we've seen other people do it here at pharmacy. So we have the belief. So many of you are waiting to make your first dollar or to have your first, 4-figure or 5-figure check, or to believe that it's possible. And it's not going to be possible if you don't believe it.
Now, Jason, what was that again? You said skill set, you said belief.
Yeah,
and
it's
you said network,
mindset,
correct?
network. Like if you want to make $1 million in your life, or if you want to make $1 million in a year, if you want to make $1 million in a month or in a day, it's skill set, mindset, network. The reason why you're on social media is to build an audience and monetize. That's it. That's the only reason why anybody would ever build a social media. And then you drop a product in there, and then you have the mindset, now you have the skill set to close all the people, and then you have the money.
And the reason why I like those 3 things is because they're all developable, meaning
Yeah.
you don't have to be born with it. You can grow your network, you can learn the skills, and you can work on your own mindset. I love it. That's what we're doing tonight.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I love this question here that Brooke has written down. We're supposed to go by this guide thing, but I think the biggest thing to ask yourself, all of you, like the biggest thing to ask yourself is this: who is the richest person that you know personally? Like the richest person that you personally know?
Jason.
Yeah. What?
It's not.
What? You're
Well,
funny.
Lisa says I'll never make $1 million in my full-time job. No.
Yeah.
And listen, there's nothing wrong with having jobs.
No,
Jobs make the
nothing wrong with
world go round. Many of you are not going to do this business full-time. It will be very part-time
Yeah,
for
it'll
you,
be fine.
and that's okay. But Lisa is absolutely right when she's saying that I'll never make $1 million in my full-time job. Jason's asking you to think about the richest person that you know, whether it's, someone personally or a celebrity, someone that you can think of off the top of your head. Drop it in the comments.
Yeah.
Can I give my biggest takeaway from like what I've been reading so far? Because I
Yeah,
just
of
feel
course.
it's like what you guys have been saying about, but the whole kind of concept of what we're talking about today, and the biggest takeaway so far, because we're only on chapter 5 of the book. I highly recommend you guys. I like listening to it because I like hearing his voice, but anyways, read it or whatever. But it's the whole concept that you're talking about of being sold, and that just flicked a switch in me. And I know that I always go live, but you could probably see a difference in my live today versus my lives the other days. Even though I'm always still sold on the products and the company and stuff, I just felt a more of a passion when I was talking today, because it's coming from like I've been fueled by hearing him talk and speak these words. And like it was just an epiphany for me, because being sold on your product, your opportunity, the people you're with, the people, whatever it is, whatever you're sold on, like that's where the power is coming from. When you feel like powerless in your business, like, oh, I'm not doing well in my sales, I'm not doing well with my team, it's because you're not sold, like what Brooke just said. And that's the biggest reason why people don't buy or join your team, is because you're not fully sold on yourself. I'm like, what? Like this was like mind blowing. I know it's it almost seems too simple to be true, but it's like when you get that in your head and the light bulbs go off, it's like, whoa. Because when you're having bad sales or your team's not doing anything, think about it, reflect inwards. Are you doubting yourself right now? Are you doubting the products? Are you doubting no one likes me, no one's gonna buy for me, I'm this, I'm that, or this? It's like if you're not sold on yourself, no one's going to be sold on you, right? Because people don't buy products, they don't buy the opportunities, they buy certainty, right? And when you're certain about who you are, what you're selling, where you're at, that certainty has to start with you. Like this is all which was going, like I'm learning that literally this was like my last 24 hours of light bulb moments. Like you have to be your biggest customer. Sorry, like I just learned, so like I just wanted to like spew a little bit of stuff that came out of my thoughts. Is that okay that I'm saying this, Brooke?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Like if you don't believe 1,000% in your product, your company, your opportunity, like people can feel that the doubt like leaks through it, right? It's leaking out of there. And when you're casual about the things, like they feel it. When you're hesitant,
Right. They don't necessarily have to hear it, they can feel it.
Feel it. But when you're
Yeah.
certain, feel that energy. When you're convinced, you're convicted, they can't help but to lean into what you're offering, listen to what you have to say. They want to be a part of that. So you have to go first, right? If you're not sold, no one else is going to be, right? So when you're sold, people buy your belief, they buy your energy, the conviction. It's like, yeah, like that's the reason why people close the sales and while other people struggles. It's not the script that you're saying. It's not a magical script. It's not a magical thing they're doing. It's literally that conviction. It's that certainty that's within themselves. And it's like, boom, gold, gold.
Be excited. My
Yeah.
last upline got me because she was just excited. I couldn't tell you what she said to me, but I was like, oh, she's like so excited about this. This sounds awesome. And so I signed up. You know, I want to address this comment that Michelle made. She says the thing is, people that are selling and growing a team already had a following.
That's a great
Michelle, I want to remind you that every single person that comes into this business or that has a social media following starts at zero. I started at zero. Amy started at zero. Are there people that may have more of an advantage because they've been doing it longer? Yes, of course, but you're never going to get there if you don't start. So if you're carrying that mindset with you, you know, then yeah, of course you're going to have a hard time. And listen, we're all susceptible to having negative thoughts come up. Okay, we're humans, right? We're like, Amy could tell you, I definitely go through in the
Yeah, of
past
course.
365 days with all the emotions of shifting gears and changing companies and leaving people behind and starting over. Like it's been very emotional. But if you have a limiting belief like that, it's going to stop you from building and growing. And I did actually have a belief. It wasn't that same belief, but I had a similar belief not too long ago that I just was like, you know what, that belief is done, and that's over, and I'm ready to move forward. And my belief was that, well, the people that are doing well here like brought people from their other company. But then I saw other people who were succeeding that didn't bring people from another company and they just started from the ground up. And I just basically had to make the decision that I was going to just start with where I was at and get over myself. You know, so it really does come down to your belief. So if you're letting a negative belief hold you back, then that is going to show up, like Amy said, in your energy and how you're presenting.
So let
And
me,
if you have that negative belief, from what I remember hearing from Grant Cardone, he said, you're not sold yet. You're not sold on what you have to offer, because those are when you start having those excuses of why someone's doing something, it's just, you're just not sold. And that's okay. It's okay to not be sold yet, but we need to identify like you need to be convicted and convinced, and you know, of your own, what you have, you know, your following is good enough. You don't have to have a large following. I know so many people that are building from small, you know, audiences. And sometimes it's better to have a smaller audience that's more engaged than a large audience with zero engagement. So that's, you know, that's just a story, a mindset that is creeping in, because, on the topic of what we're saying today, you're not sold yet, right? You know, we need to get you to the point where you're so convicted, you're so sold, and you're so confident in what you have, right? Because if you are sold, like what Brooke said, I like using, like, if you're sold, then you'll never feel stuck. You'll never feel stuck because you know you have what it takes. You know you can do it. You know, like there's no excuses, right? Like, you know. Sorry, I'm a little
No,
passionate. I
don't
was
apologize. Stop
but
apologizing, Amy.
I know I'm a Canadian.
Stop it.
Sorry for breathing.
So
Sorry, she's breathing. Sorry.
So sorry, I'm breathing.
Michelle says, I did lives with no one on and it was humiliating. So, Michelle, that's normal when you are starting and you don't have a following. Jason he just started his TikTok last week. Well, he had one and he was on it for like 2 years. And so we decided to start his TikTok back up. And I actually have video footage on my phone that I took of him doing a TikTok. He did a whole motivational TED talk to an audience of zero. And I filmed it and I was like, I'm going to post this. He's like, no, don't do that, because he was embarrassed. And I was like, no, I want to show people that, like, when you're starting something knew like you had to be consistent. Like, so he did his whole motivational talk. He cooked his breakfast and did his thing, and literally no one was listening. And on TikTok, it doesn't even record it and post it to your profile. So like he was just doing it for practice, for the reps. So I totally get that it can feel frustrating when you're starting to not have viewers, but just know that that's normal. And the more you do it and the more you keep going and you keep growing, it's better to practice and not have as many people watching, right?
And what compounds the problem is that I have 40,000 plus followers on Facebook alone. And, it's just, I know what it feels like to have, people show up and
Then you get
then I
3
got-
live viewers and you have 40,000 followers. That happens too.
yeah, that happens too. That happens too.
But it's,
So,
let me tell you something. It's always that
just gotta keep
post
going. Just
that
gotta
you
keep
think
going.
no one saw or that 3 or 4 people liked that was the thing that made someone reach out about the business or about a product. So we can't always gauge what the engagement on our content is and equate it to income. Because if Amy and I looked at our followers and we compared it to like our uplines, we were like, man, I feel like a loser. Like I only have 10,000 followers. I have like hundreds of thousands of followers. I know people that have millions of followers. But I know people that have like 10, 20, 30 times more followers than me that don't make a fraction of the money of the income that I make. So a lot of that is also vanity metrics too. So you have to understand that following and engagement doesn't always equal money.
All right, so I want to say one thing on this, just real quick. So there's a quick metric that you can use. So if you have like 2,000 or more people, for every one person that liked your post, 100 people saw it. So there you go.
I was going to mention that
Yeah.
to
What?
I was going to mention that to Michelle as well, is that just because there are zero people watching your live,
Doesn't mean they don't
that
see your
doesn't mean 40 people didn't catch the replay.
Oh yeah, replays are huge.
They're called silent watchers. They're watching.
Oh, yeah.
They're watching your videos.
Yeah, in my last company, I had a girl reach out to me to sign up 6 months into my business. She had never liked anything, nothing. I didn't even know like she was paying any attention. And she was like, I'm ready to get started. And she ended up being a big leader leg for me. So Jenny, this goes back to Jenny saying that her family was making fun of her. This goes back to what we're talking about, being sold. When you are so sold on what you have to offer, you literally don't give a shit what anyone else has to say. You don't care what they think. Your Uncle Bobby isn't going to tell you that it's a pyramid scheme or that it's a scam. And if he does, you're going to be like, whatever. I don't care. Like, I know that it's not. And so that's why it really goes back to what you believe and the power of your belief and being sold on what you have to offer. And so listen, that's why we're on this call tonight, because we know what we have here at Pharmacy. We know we're here at the right time.
Yeah.
We know that big leaders are coming here for a reason. We know we have amazing products. We know that we have amazing pricing. We know that we're positioned for growth. Like we know all of these things, okay? And so you just have to borrow, if you don't have your own belief, borrow the belief from me, from Amy, from Tim, from Jason, from your upline, from someone who's more sold, and go all in. Because if you really want to make life-changing money in this industry, you have to go all in and you have to be sold. And I'm planning on making millions of dollars in this company. I don't know if there's anyone that's like wanting to make millions of dollars with me, but there's nothing that any of you are going to be able to say on this call to talk me out of it. Okay?
I don't think
I'm
there's
just
any, I
saying.
don't think there's anything anybody in the real world can say to talk her out of it. I just, this is an amazing company, and again, it's residuals too. Over a long period of time, it becomes residual income. Eventually, where some people on this call will do well enough, they'll make 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. If you stay with the company, you will make that money, and just keep going, keep going. Hopefully, that's helpful for you.
Heather says, pick me. Heather, you have to pick yourself. Okay?
Yeah, I can for sure see Heather making 30 grand a month one day. Yeah, in the not so distant future.
So anyhow, hopefully this was helpful. I want to encourage you to get out there, run like your hair is on fire, ignorance on fire. Just be excited about what you have to offer. Don't stress out too much about knowing all of the things. Okay. We're here to help. We're here to support. That's why we have a gazillion group chats. We have Facebook groups. Like if you don't know the answer, there's someone there to help support you. Just get out there and be excited, because I'm telling you, you're going to either look back a year from now and be like, I'm so glad I was on that call. I'm so glad I listened to that book. I'm so glad I shifted my mindset. I got rid of the BS that I was like feeding myself. And I went all in with the power of belief. I took the scary action. I reached out to the people who I really wanted on my team. I reached out to the people who I really wanted on my team. And now look at me getting recognition on the stage. Look at my monthly direct deposits. Look at my checking account. Look at the size of my team. Look at the impact that I'm making. That's going to be some of you. And then there's going to be another percentage of you that looks back and is like, oh man, I wish I had like rode that wave. I'm telling you, we have a wave coming, don't we? Like we're riding it right now.
We're just hopping on our boards
Just
right
in front of
now.
the
We're like
wave.
starting to get on that wave. Like
Yeah, it's in front
Put
of
it this
it.
way, ask your neighbor before your neighbor ends up asking you. Put it that way. I've had that happen in the last company a long time ago.
Absolutely. Okay, I keep getting asked. I'm going to tell you again, and we'll put it in the chat. The name of the book, Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Now, let me tell you a little caveat before we wrap this up. You're either going to love Grant or you're going to hate Grant. Okay. It's the same as Jason. People either love him or they hate him.
But at least they know me. At least they know me. And they should know you too. They should know all of you.
He's very intense. Okay. But when we listen to his trainings, we listen to his audiobooks alone made us millions of dollars by listening and implementing and embodying
100%.
that energy. Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. And I'm selling you on getting this book. Like, remember, everything in life is sales. And that is what you're going to learn from this book. That is what you're going to take away. Whether you're exchanging money or not, everything in life is sales. Literally everything. Okay. There's some really, I'm telling you, you're going to take away some amazing things. I don't know if there's a French version, but chances are probably so.
Probably.
All right. Any closing remarks, Tim, Amy?
No, like you pretty much said everything. Like I probably would just repeat everything you said, but you know, I think that, you know, if you're doubting, that's going to overshadow. If you're stuck or hesitant, it's like you got to dig in and get that belief and just be full on 100%. If you're 100%, put 100% in the comments. You know, you just got to have that unshakable, undoubtable belief. Those are the people. There's no magic formula. Like that's what the winning formula is. Like that, you know what I mean? There's no magic recipe. It's like the people that are winning are the ones that are, you can see them on their social medias with the people that are all in, and they know that their product, their opportunity, where they're at is golden and number one and the best. Like you can't shake them. That's where we all need to be, right?
The one thing I got from the Grant Cardone book was dealing with objections. So in our minds, we think there's 1,000 objections out there, but when you actually start writing them down, there's probably only 10 or 20 that keep resurfacing. And once you address those and look at what those actual objections are, and you come up with reasons or ways to overcome those objections, you'll find it so much easier.
Yes, there's only two objections in life. Two objections, time or money.
But
That's it. There's only two objections, and that's all across every one of these lives.
And there's only two commodities in life. It's time and money. Same thing. Those are the two commodities.
Time or money. So I want to close to something real quick.
You do it. You do it, babe.
So a couple of things first. Things like some of you in this call are going to take it serious. Some of you on this call really want to change your life. I'm not trying to pump you up. I just want to know, like I could tell, like you showed up here. It's Wednesday night. You could have been at church. You could have been at bingo. You could have been at bunko. You could have been at Jenga. Whatever it is you got going on in your life, you probably got a hanging on your door. You probably got a dog wanting to go out to potty, or you got a kid just like, oh, I need this. Whatever it may be, you chose to show up here. So I want to personally say thank you so much, because your time is the truly only non-renewable resource on this planet. You only have a finite amount. You have no idea how much you have. So thank you so much. Number two, here's the thing about time. If you get this book, I'm going to say it again. If you get this book, I have discovered throughout my own 48 years on this planet that if I finish a book within 4 days of purchasing, I consume it all. I realize that I gain that information faster and I apply it quickly right to my life. So if you don't buy the book if you're not going to do it in 4 days. I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do yourself like that. You don't want to be like, there's another book in the trash. See, look, I bought this book right here. I bought this book right here. It says, you're about to sell like an effing crazy. That's what it says. You can't see it because it's blurred out, but it's by this guy I bought on the internet. I love his commercials, but guess what? I haven't opened it up yet.
I was wondering why you
I
had
haven't. Oh, don't open it. I'm not ready to read it yet. Don't open it. When I'm ready to read it, I'm gonna just devour it, like just a hungry meal after a workout. That's what I'm getting at. Like you got to be that hungry for it. You got to want it. It's not just going to jump out and somebody jump out the woodwork. Hey, I heard you were selling pharmacy. I want to buy your stuff. I'm telling you, it doesn't work like that. It might work like that.
It might if you show up
Yeah,
like a beast.
online, but they're not going to jump out of your bushes at you, and they're definitely not going to jump out of your couch and want to hand you money. Like money, you got to get off your couch. You can't do this from the armchair. You got to be fully 100% committed. Last thing I'm going to leave you with is write this down. Who's taking notes? Show of hands. Who's taking notes? This is the most true line ever, and I'm probably going to get this put on my tombstone. Right after
We're getting cremated. We're not having a tombstone.
Right after Jay-Z says, "What the hell are you waiting for?" I love that line. But creativity follows commitment. Creativity follows.
Who's committed?
You have to be committed.
Who's committed?
If you want the thought, you want to be able to have the vision, you want to be able to see the future. Creativity follows commitment. And like Jay-Z says, "What the hell are you waiting for?" What the hell are you waiting for?
They're waiting for us to wrap this Zoom call up.
I gotta go.
All right, you guys, listen, we're not going to have a call next Wednesday because we're going to be at conference in Miami, but we'll be back the following week. Okay.
Yeah, we love you guys.
All right, they should be there.
Wait.
One more thing. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. We have an incentive.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
I totally almost forgot we have an incentive. Okay, so we're going to start doing, we want you to focus on enrollments because I noticed about the people that had teams that are growing and that they were hitting director and above, they were doing enrollments. Okay, so we are going to have an enrollment contest. We're going to drop it in the team group, okay, in Empire Builders group. We're going to pin it to the top. And each time you get an enrollment, we want you to screenshot it. So it says like new team member with the date, screenshot it so we can see the date and the time. And then you're going to you can blur out their name or crop out their name and you can put it in drop it in the comments.
Oh yeah.
And then a couple times a week, we're going to come through and we're going to randomly send some gifts.
Are we going to send like $500 to people? Sorry, is that a little too much? Okay.
I was thinking like a Starbucks gift card.
Oh, sorry. I'm just committed. Sorry, that's kind of how it works in our house. I'm so sorry. All right, sorry.
It depends on how many enrollments.
You gotta build it up.
I tell you what, if you get more than 10 enrollments, no, actually, let me rephrase this. If you get more than 15 enrollments, the 500, we may consider the $500 just for one person though. But if multiple.
Okay, no, stop. This is not your incentive. Sorry, you guys. No.
Hey, I'm true to my word.
Jason's like Amy.
Listen, we have a $500 cash prize, but that's for our health and fitness challenge, and we're bringing that back in October.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
But yeah, he is rogue. This is why I don't bring him on videos because he's
excited.
crazy.
I'm talking to people.
So it starts
Jason,
now. It starts effective now at 8 p.m. It's not retroactive. Okay. So it starts effective 8 p.m. tonight, Wednesday, September 3rd. We're going to get the post up in the group. You're going to drop your enrollments and we're going to do giveaways and it's going to be exciting.
Drop it like it's hot. Let's do it.
We're just giving it all away, you guys. All right. It was good to see you guys. Let's go out there and let's get it. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.